My name is Naina. I am a 16-year-old climate activist and organizer from Ann Arbor, Michigan. And I attend Washtenaw International High School, which is located in Ypsilanti. So I'm currently a sophomore there. And yeah, I really got started advocating and organizing for environmental causes and for climate action because the issues were introduced to me by my parents, who both teach at the University of Michigan in the School of Environment and Sustainability. But I formed a personal connection to them when I saw my grandparents' homes on both sides of my family being really threatened and even kind of destroyed by the effects of climate change. My mom's parents live in Appalachia, and their home was being threatened by forest fires, and my dad's parents are from rural Bihar in India, where there's been a lot of flooding in recent years. So that's why these issues have such a personal connection for me. So a lot of stuff from my generation happens through social media. For me, I had a friend who kind of sent out feelers about if there was anyone in the community who would be interested in organizing this strike with her. And I said, well, yeah, I would love to. And so I actually started attending meetings with the university kids who were collaborating with us high schoolers on putting this together 2 times a week. That started, about a month before the strike, and so that's how I got involved, is just by, seeing that need for help on social media and saying I would love to do that. So I was Master of Ceremonies at the event, so I was introducing every speaker, ensuring smooth function, and then at the end I said my piece, which really was kind of a call to action for kids like me. I have always been an overachiever in school, very conscious of, my future and my prospects, etc. And my main message was just that to the kids like me who are so concerned with their own future, that they need to be worried about mitigating climate change and taking action on these environmental issues right now, or else there really won't be a future for them to have. So that their future is synonymous with the future, and that's why they need to fight for it. I think it varies a lot. I think, in Ann Arbor, the response has mostly been very, very supportive and excited about youth involvement in these issues. But I know that elsewhere in our country and in our world, certainly there are older people who don't believe that it's our place, which is ironic considering the fact that it is our future that is at stake. But yeah, here at home and often on social media, I see adults who are just overwhelmingly supportive and encouraging. I see a lot of different things. When I go off to college, I would love to study public policy and also environmental science and find some way to connect those 2 disciplines. In terms of activism, I have a lot of stuff I want to work on, but my main goal is to spread the message that what we need at this juncture is structural change. Because the actions of individuals really just aren't enough anymore, considering what the science is telling us about how much time we have. And I also, in spreading that message, I want to educate kids my age about the power that they have to encourage that structural change from the adults who are in power in our world. We are taking a little while after the strike to kind of regroup and figure out what our next steps are. The climate action movement at University of Michigan meets every Monday, and the campaign to get the University of Michigan to divest from fossil fuels and commit to a date to reach carbon neutrality is ongoing. and they're doing a lot right now. So they're meeting every Monday, and I'm attending those meetings, as are some of my friends. I'm also working on a campaign right now that is in the very early stages, but it's going to be a targeted campaign that aims to get universities across the country to divest from fossil fuels and commit to a date for carbon neutrality, because these institutions that are responsible for preparing us for our futures are not protecting them. And so that's something I'm working on, and we will have some upcoming events, but that's going to be mostly a social media campaign. Within the area, I think that the biggest thing that people can do is follow social media pages like Climate Action U of M, and I don't know if the Sierra Club has any social media pages where they advertise events, because that's really how I get all my information. So we're in a little bit of a lull right now in terms of figuring out next steps, but any event that we ever have that we need attendance at is posted on our social media pages. Well, this is an audience of people who care about environmental issues, so I'd like to say thank you for that on behalf of my generation. We really appreciate those adults that are our allies in this fight to fight for our futures.